Okay, my recording stopped for some reason, so this is part 2. This we said was a chain inside of a product, okay? Because you have to do the chain rule to find g prime, okay? So g over here is the square root of 1 minus x squared. But before we take the derivative of him, we have to switch him.
1 minus x squared to the 1/2.
1 minus x squared to the 1/2 power.
Hold on.
Okay?
I think I got lost when the video stopped. Okay, never mind. No, I didn't.
Okay? Take it to the 1/2 power. All right, now I'm going to take the derivative. So, to take the derivative, 1/2 comes down in front.
Times 1 minus x squared.
Okay? 1/2 minus 1 is going to be the negative 1/2 power, right? Okay? And then I have to take times the derivative of the inside.
Times negative 2x.
Times negative 2x. Does that make sense?
Times.
Yeah? Okay, now let's simplify him. Okay, now here's the deal.
So when we put it back in, are we
You
gonna
just
have to
take
do
the
f
1/2
again?
and multiply already.
Right, yes, right. Yep. What did you say?
We just not do that part.
I'm confused. Just wait a second. When we simplify? Yeah? We have to figure out what goes on the top. What goes on the top?
Negative 2x.
Negative 2x. But before we put him on the top, what's half of 2?
1.
So this can cancel out. We can change this to be negative 1x, right? So this guy's gone out in the front. So I have negative 1x on the top. Make sense? We can reduce that a little bit.
Over.
On the bottom, this guy's on the bottom. But he's to the 1/2 power. The square root of 1 minus x squared. When we move him to the bottom, he's the 1/2 power again. And now we take the square root. Or we change it back to square root. Okay? That's what g prime is. Negative x over the square root of 1 minus x squared.
Times x squared.
Okay? Times f. And f is x squared. Okay?
This sucks.
This is a lot. Okay? Now, we're not going to do a whole lot to simplify. We're not going to do a whole lot to simplify. This first part, let's just do 2x and the square root of 1 minus x squared. Let's just leave him like that. Plus. Okay? What can I do to these two pieces?
Multiply the x squared.
This is like x squared over 1.
So, negative.
Negative
2x squared.
x to the 3rd power. Right?
You can do that.
You betcha.
I
It's
guess
like
that
just
makes
like
sense.
treating it over 1, right?
Yeah.
All over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So I've taken these two pieces and I multiplied these two together, multiplied these two together, right? The x squared and the negative x becomes negative x to the 3rd power over that stuff. Okay? Shut it off. All right? Don't go crazy simplifying.
Is that it?
That's all we're going to do to simplify.
I just want to listen to Acom.
That's all we're going to do to simplify.
I'm so. Oh my gosh, we want 2 more.
Okay?
Plus
Good?
a whole worksheet.
Yeah, I say we do the worksheet tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah, probably.
Plus.
Let's
this
finish the last
is
2 though.
Guys, that was already
Okay.
the plan.
I think that was already the plan.
And this
No,
is
the
Monday.
plan-
She's
the
gone
worksheet was
Monday.
for Monday.
This is Monday.
Okay? Number 3 or number 2?
Dummy head.
Are we good on number 1?
Ginger.
Kind of ish. We'll get more comfortable with it.
You give
Okay?
it attention.
Let's do number 2.
I
Here we go.
don't want to do this anymore.
X over. This is what we're taking the derivative of.
What are we on?
The cubic root of
Oh, we have to do all these.
x squared plus 4. Okay? Now, what is this one? What inside of what?
This is quotient.
This is a quotient, but what inside of quotient?
Chain inside.
Why is it a chain inside of
The
quotient?
chain's on the bottom. Chain's been divided.
Okay?
Oh
There's
my
a chain
gosh.
inside of a quotient.
I have to go to basketball practice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Chain inside of quotient. Okay? So, we're going to start with the quotient rule. Okay? The quotient rule says
I'm not
f
gonna
prime
fall.
g minus g prime f. Yeah?
I need a mental.
All over g squared. Okay? F prime g minus g prime f. So I've got my 4 pieces. F prime g minus g prime f all over g squared. Okay? We're not going to go crazy simplifying. We're just going to do the thing. Okay? Which one is f? Which one is f?
Hold on.
The top. G is the bottom.
G minus
So it's just gonna turn into 1.
All over.
Right. So f prime, the derivative of x is just 1. That's nice. G just stays the cubic root of x squared plus 4. That's g.
Comments are, we gotta slow down. We gotta slow down.
All right, I'm slowing now. I'm slowing now.
You're zooming,
I'm slowing now.
Why are we going so fast?
bro.
Don't say it.
Okay, f prime g minus g prime f all over g squared.
Okay.
Okay.
G prime.
The only part of this that's hard is the g prime, right? G prime is the only thing that's going to give us problems. Okay? So we've got to do g prime. G is the cubic root of x squared plus 4. Before we take his derivative, we've got to
We gotta find the thing of.
make him to the 1/3 power,
Yeah.
right?
This
That's
is
where we're at over here.
So stupid.
It's a
So
lot.
the
It's a
square
lot of
root
stuff.
x
Hold on, just wait a
squared
second.
plus 4 to the
What? Hold on.
I'm sure I'm gonna
Wait,
need
it's
you
1/3
to-
power. Are we good this far?
No. Okay.
Take the derivative.
1/3.
1/3 comes down in front.
Times x squared plus 4 to the
Negative 2/3
Oh my
power,
God,
right?
yes.
1/3 minus 1 is negative 2/3. Times
I forgot.
What do we
Oh,
derivative of the
2x.
inside. 2x.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I missed
Now.
I'm like, where did I get this number?
We got to figure out what goes on the top, what goes on the bottom.
X over
Okay.
3 times the
On the top,
cubic root of x squared plus 4 squared.
look at you go. 2x goes on the top.
Yeah.
On the bottom, this 3's got to go on the bottom. And to the 2/3 power, if he's now to the positive 2/3 power, that means cubic root of x squared plus 4. Do you want to do the square on the inside?
Yeah.
Squared. Like that. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Kill myself.
Okay? That's g prime.
You bastard.
2x over 3 cubic root. That stuff.
Oh, what the hell?
Like that. That's what g prime is. I'm just rewriting him.
I can't
Okay,
write.
now nice part. We have one more piece left, and it is
X.
f,
It's just
and
X.
it's just x.
Just that.
Woo!
Bottom is
Okay, now,
nasty.
one thing I will caution you on. The reason why I put like my parentheses and make it look really crazy to start with, you guys know how like I started with all my 4 sets of parentheses on
So you
top,
don't
right?
forget a part.
Because after I do g prime, my brain is like already like overloaded and I forget to put f on the end there, right? So if I have a parentheses ready to go for him, I won't forget to put him in there, right? So that's why it's nice to maybe put your parentheses and have your groupings there, okay?
Oh my God.
Same thing with the bottom. I'll forget g squared if as soon as I got the top ready to go, okay?
The bottom is
So,
cubic root.
bottom. Bleh.
Cubic root of x squared plus 4 all
The
squared.
cubic root of x squared plus 4, and I have him squared there.
Okay.
All right, I'm just putting that g in there.
How do we do this?
We're not going to go crazy simplifying. We're only going to do simplify enough to get rid of some parentheses for us, okay?
Get rid of 1.
Get rid of the 1. All right, are we ready? Get rid of the 1.
Yeah.
So that just leaves us the cubic root of x squared plus 4 for this left side, minus. Okay? This is like x over 1, right?
Minus
3x.
Nope. You're multiplying.
2x squared.
2x squared on the top over that junk.
Still stupid.
Cubic root x squared plus 4 squared. That's stuff. All over. And I'm just going to leave him as the cubic root of x squared plus 4. But I'm going to put the square on the inside now. Can I do that?
No.
Or you can leave it on the outside. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
That's too much damn writing.
That's my derivative. That's my derivative.
That's not my derivative.
You know,
Gross.
I
That's
don't.
Biden right there. That's
Gross.
not my derivative.
That's extra taxes
Gross. Sure.
and paying for other people's
Right.
student loans.
Right.
Not my president.
'Kay. Good?
Nope.
This is as ugly as it gets, folks. If these are gross, that's for a reason. This is as ugly as your derivatives are going to get. This is really ugly. This is the worst it gets. This is the worst
Give
it
us
gets.
4.
Okay? I only give you 2 of them that were like this and I tried to make them nice.
This one.
What?
And 2 on this one.
Now I gotta gotta play some acons.
Chain
so I can
inside
No,
of
no, no, no.
product. Chain inside quotient.
Okay, third one. Should we do number 3?
No.
Product.
We're good, I
Chain
think.
inside
Okay,
of
let's
quotient.
label number 3 though. Okay.
That's 4.
What is number 3?
Let's not do it.
What inside of what?
That is
For number
4.
3.
It's
It's
quotient.
a quotient inside of a chain.
It's quotient inside of chain.
So excited.
Does that make sense? So if it's a quotient inside of a chain, you would start with the chain, right? Okay, so to do the chain, I'm not going to do this whole thing, right?
Oh.
But to do the chain, we would bring that 2 down in front, right? This 2 would come down in front. You would leave the inside, 3x minus 1,
Times.
x squared plus 3
Wait,
to the
what
first
that?
power, but then times the derivative of the inside. That's going to be the quotient rule, right?
Would be like.
So I'm going to do quotient rule. Okay, I'm just going to stop there, right? Because you guys know how to do the quotient rule, kind of. I just don't want to write it all out.
I don't remember.
So, you would start with the chain, because the chain is the outside function. You work from the outside in, right? The outside function is the chain. So bring the 2 down in front, leave the inside, subtract 1 from the exponent. Then to find the derivative of the inside, you would need the quotient rule. Make sense? This is a lot of stuff. If I give you just the chain rule, it's not terrible. But if I give you the chain inside of something else or vice versa, that's when it gets really hard. Okay? Good? All right, so for your homework assignment, I don't have it scanned on here, but for your homework assignment, the top 4 problems, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are should just be chain rules.
No.
Just chain.
What?
Okay.
1 through 4?
1 through 4 should just be chain, not chain inside of something, right? 5 and 6 should also just be chain. That's it, right? But then you have to write the equation, you have to find the m and do that stuff, right? 7 and 8 are going to be the stinky ones.
This one is
Okay.
a
7 and 8 are going to be stinky.
chain inside of a product.
Okay?
And that's
On the back side, you guys see the back side. Take a look at the back side.
So wait, how do you do just the chain rule again?
Hold on. Take a look at the back side real quick. This is what I mean by 9, 10, 11. I want you to write me an example of what a function would look like if it was a chain rule inside of a product rule. So make the outside the product rule, and then to do that, I have to do the chain rule. If you want to look at your book and get some example problems from the ones in your book, you can do that. Just write me an example of a rule. So you should not have the same answer as what somebody sitting next to you should. You just have to do an example. Now, you don't have to solve it, but you just have to show me what a chain inside of a product would look like. Okay, number 10, show me what a chain inside of a quotient looks like.
So let's say I use the one from the homework.
Don't use the one from the homework. Change it slightly. Okay?
So I just have to change the number.
Kinda. Sure. Maybe. Number 11, a quotient inside of a chain. Write out what it would look like. You don't have to solve it, but write out what a function would look like if it's a quotient inside of a chain. Okay? We labeled those here, so those are sample ones of what they look like. Okay? Good? All right. I will give you time to work on this tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. We have like a half an hour. So keep that in mind. If you're going to take longer than a half hour, you might want to get a start on this. But there's that. Okay?
Come here.
Good, good? All right. Oh, shoot. I have to stop the video. Bye, Lacey.